Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Urvashi and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the nakshatra of Purva Falguni. So this is my second video for Purva Falguni. I've already made one where I've talked about the personality of Purva Falguni based on the deity that is ruling this nakshatra, based on the symbols of this nakshatra, based on the mythological stories connected to this nakshatra, and of course the planets connected to this nakshatra and the house as well. So in that video, I'm just going to recap a little bit just to, sort of give us a perspective from where we are. Now going to talk further about the padas and the career options and the favorable and unfavorable activities. So just to rewind a little bit, this nakshatra is all about the fifth house, the sign of Leo, the natural fifth house, the 11th from the 7th house, the house of love, romance, creativity, power positions, authority, individuality. So after, in fact, Pushya and Ashlesha, where it was all about protection of the family, nourishment of the family or whoever you think is your family, and then protection of that family. Here in Leo from the 4th house, this is the 5th house now. So after home and family, this is the 5th house, this is the self. This is all about the ego. And and the nakshatra prior to Purva Falguni was Magha. So after doing all that for the family, for home, we came down to Magha. Magha was all about going for the throne, going for that position of authority. And in Purva Falguni, then we talked about having achieved that position. Once the native has got the throne, he is now the king. So what does the king do? The king enjoys all the benefits connected to the position. That is what Purva Falguni is about. These natives are here for comfort, for luxuries, for enjoyment, for relaxation. That is why the symbol is the front two legs of the cot or the hammock, the two poles where the strings of the hammock are tied. That is what this nakshatra is about. So the hammock, the bed, the cot is all about relaxation, rejuvenation, sleeping, resting, enjoying even sexual activities. It's about taking a break, getting to sometimes overly comfortable, getting a bit lazy. Those can be the negative sides of this nakshatra. And it's the 5th house of love and romance. And so there can be a lot of indulgence also connected to this nakshatra because it's ruled by Venus, because it falls in the natural 5th house. So the 5th house is also about enjoyment. What do you find enjoyable? What are your hobbies? And what is your creativity about? So there can be sometimes a little bit of overindulgence, of a bit of laziness, overindulgence in sexual activities, extramarital relationships, too many relationships. So relationships also could be going bad. Even though this is a blessed nakshatra for marriage, even Lord Shiva, his marriage procession happened in the nakshatra of Purva Falguni. So it's a blessed nakshatra for marriage, for romance, for relationships. But if afflicted, and depending on the rest of the chart, there can be a tendency of having too many relationships and so going, experiencing bad marriages as well. Overindulgence, being too lazy, and even going towards addictions and drugs, things like that. Diseases also we talked about a little bit. Well, in this video today we are going to be talking about the 4 padas, the career choices and the favorable, unfavorable activities. These people, these natives are naturally blessed by Bhaga, the deity, and with a lot of material, affluence. Magha was a blessed nakshatra and so is Purva Falguni. In Magha you had the blessings of the ancestors. Here you have blessings of Bhaga, which is like the male counterpart of goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. So this is like the god of wealth. Brihaspati, Lord Brihaspati's birth nakshatra is Purva Falguni. So this nakshatra is also associated with knowledge. Venus is also a minister of the of the Asuras. Shukracharya is the minister of the Asuras. So this nakshatra is also connected with knowledge. The 5th house is also the house of knowledge. The 5th house is the house of your past karmas. Pura Falguni literally means blessings that you get based on your own past karmas of your previous lives. So this nakshatra is about knowledge, enjoyment, creativity. The 5th house is creativity, relaxation, beauty because it is connected to Venus, romance because it's the 11th house from the 7th house. The 5th house is the house of love, we all know that. Procreation, creation, children, these are important themes that I've already discussed. And in this video now, we are further going to talk about what if the planet is, because this nakshatra falls between 13 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes. That's a big gap. So your planet, whichever planet is posited in Pura Falguni, could be anywhere between those degrees. So how can we differentiate what is the real quality of the planets? Because the planet could be in any of the 4 padas. Depending on the 4 padas, it's going to pick up that quality. So first pada is from 13 degrees 20 minutes. The first part of this lunar mansion or this nakshatra is between 13 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degrees 40 minutes. So let's suppose your sun, your moon, your Atma Karak planet, that is another planet we've to consider. It's one of the most important planets, the planet which is the significator of your soul. How do we see the Atma Karak? The planet with the highest degree in the chart. Your Atma Karak, let's suppose, or your sun, your moon, your ascendant falls in the first 3 degrees 20 minutes. That is from 13 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degrees 40 minutes of Leo. Now your planet is in the first pada of Pura Falguni. And this planet is going to be impacted first by the sun because it is in Leo, then by Venus because it is in the nakshatra of Venus. And finally, in the Navamsh chart, you will see that planet is now in Leo. So the first Navamsh or the first pada goes into the Navamsh of Leo. So this is a Vargotam pada. Your planet, if it falls in between these degrees, is going to be a Vargotam planet, which is directly going to impact your intelligence, which is directly going to affect your knowledge, your thinking. And if it is your Atma Karak planet, this is going to be connected, this could be strongly connected to your career. This could also indicate careers related to the government. I'll talk about careers later on, but this strongly suggests careers related to the government or authorities, favors from authorities. So the first pada in Leo, this is a very, very authoritative pada. There is a royalty about this pada. These people are extremely image conscious. There is a fixation also because the sign of Leo is a fixed sign. And now this planet is in a fixed sign in both the Rashi as well as the Navamsh chart. So there is a fixation. These people, once they have made a decision, they are very steadfast. They stick to the decisions. They maintain a certain grandeur about themselves. They are very conscious about how people perceive them. There is a lot of I am in this pada. A lot of creativity as well in this pada. These people can have strong egos. They can be in power positions. They really enjoy being in the limelight. They enjoy being appreciated or complimented. So what motivates them is power, authority, royalty, image, how people see them. That is what they are very, very conscious about. Now let's talk about the second pada. The second pada falls between 16 degree 40 minutes to 20 degrees of Leo. So if your planet now, whichever planet is between these degrees in the D9 chart, in the Navamsh chart, you will see that planet has gone into Virgo. So now the planet is impacted by Sun because of Leo, Venus because of Pura Falguni, and Mercury because of Virgo. This pada because of the Navamsh of Virgo. Yeah, so in the Navamsh it's gone into Virgo. What motivates this person? Finances, that is extremely important. Wealth. These people are hardworking, intelligent. They may have a very, very good business sense. So this pada, these people can be extremely hardworking. They may be using a lot of creativity in their career. They may have a good business sense. They'll be intellectual. These intellectual activities, artistic activities, creative activities, and business related activities is what would be the motivating factor. Those things will motivate these people, and these people generally will be hardworking, and there will be less of laziness in this particular pada. So we've talked about Purva Phalguni, and there could be a lot of indulgence, there could be addictions, there could be laziness. So those themes will be reduced a little bit in the second pada. The first pada, there will be more of indulgence as compared to the second pada. Now we're talking about the third pada. The third pada, between 20 degrees to 23 degrees 20 minutes, falls in the D9 chart. That planet will be in the zodiac sign of Libra. So now this person, this planet has the effect of firstly the Sun because of Leo, Venus because of Purva Phalguni, and then Venus again because of Libra. So there is a double Venus effect. These people are extremely relationship conscious. Romance can be a big theme here. Social skills will be very good. These people will be having a really good social circle, extremely conscious of their looks, beauty, art, creativity, even business, because this is the natural 7th house. The Libra is all about negotiations, interactions, relationships. These themes will be very important, but these people will be more conscious about their beauty, looks, enjoyment, comfort, travel. So these themes will be very prominent in these people. The fourth pada falls between 23 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes. Now this planet, if you have a planet between these degrees in the D9 chart, in the Navam's chart, that planet is going to go into Scorpio. So now this planet, if it's the Sun, the Moon, has the impact firstly of the Sun because of Leo, secondly because of Venus, because of Purva Phalguni, and thirdly it is also affected by or impacted by Mars because of Scorpio. So this person, everything about this person, be it creativity, be it wealth, be it beauty, be it relationships, be it romance, everything will have a strong emotional base for this person. In their creativity, there would be a lot of emotional themes. So if they're writing poetry, there could be a lot of heartbreak that they're talking about in their poetry, a lot of deep emotions that they would like to show in their poetry. In their relationships, they would like a lot of depth in the relationship, a lot of passion also. This person would be more passionate, more stubborn, because this fourth pada is again a very fixed pada, because both the signs of Leo and Scorpio are fixed signs. Like the first pada, it was Leo in D1, and in Navamsh also it was Leo. This pada also, since Leo is fixed, similarly the fourth pada is fixed. But the sign of Scorpio is a highly emotional sign, very, very passionate sign, can go a little bit towards negativity, negative emotions, a little bit of stubbornness can be there. They want a depth in everything. They are not so superficial. So everything is going to be there. They would want show, but they would want more of depth. They are beauty conscious, looks conscious, image conscious, but emotions and depth and going in deep into everything is what is more important for them. Superficiality, less so. The maximum amount of, it's the first pada which is more about their image, completely about the image, the first and the third pada. The second is, more hardworking, more about profits. The fourth pada is more about emotions, passion, stubbornness, too much of fixation, going deep into everything. Relationships, they would want to go deep into relationships. Romance, very deep into romance, and then it would be difficult for them to pull away. So this last pada is a little difficult. Where personality, nature is concerned, there could be dark themes in romance, in love, in their creativity, but their achievement will all be through passion. These people can also be very egoistic, they can be very argumentative, they can be very secretive, they can be very obsessive, they will be very intense, they will be perfectionists, they want something, they will work hard to achieve that thing, and they want it in the perfect way. They are not ready to compromise. So this is the fourth pada. Now let's talk about the careers that are connected to Purva Falguni. So if you have your moon in Purva Falguni, what are those careers which are naturally suited to your personality? So first of all, these could be connected to the government, like government jobs, diplomats, senior positions, CEO, like a managing director, or these could be connected more to Venus. Venus would have everything related to beauty. This could be beauty salons, about clothes, jewelry, makeup, art, painting, creativity, writing skills. This could be like an entertainer, an actor, a model, even somebody who is into sports, like an event manager, somebody who plans weddings, wedding planner, or any other kind of an event manager, a celebration, a party. These are social people. There could be somebody who's planning social gatherings, who's managing a banquet hall. It could be a teacher, a professor. The fifth house is the house of knowledge. So this could be a teacher, a professor. This nakshatra is connected to knowledge as well. It could be anything connected to marriages, right from a marriage bureau to dating sites. This person could be running a dating sites. This could be a marriage counselor. This could be anything related to marriages, anything related to beauty, art, creativity, writing, government jobs, even teaching, knowledge. So these are all the general professions, even jewelry, gems. These are the general professions suited to this nakshatra. Now, what are the kind of activities that are favorable when moon is transiting this nakshatra? So it's very simple. This nakshatra is all about enjoyment and relaxation. So when moon is transiting this nakshatra, if you're planning a holiday, if you want to relax, sleep, enjoy, go watch a movie, go for shopping, you painting something, you want to spend some time on your hobbies, you want to buy something, buying property. So any activity which is connected to enjoyment, relaxation, watching a movie, planning, going for a wedding, going for a function, trying to impress somebody, clearing out past disputes that you had, getting friendly with somebody, impressing somebody, calling your boss over, and if you want a favor from your boss and you're calling him over for dinner, something like that. Or you've had a friend who's you're not on good terms with, and now you want to patch up with that person. So anything related to friendship, socialization, romance, you want to start dating somebody. So anything related to marriage, romance, enjoyment, relaxation, creation, all that, creativity, all those activities are good in this nakshatra. Now, what is not good? If you want to start studying, for an exam, if you want to start an activity where there's a lot of effort and work involved, because this nakshatra is all about relaxation, so then this energy will not be supportive. So anything which involves a lot of hard work, anything which involves starting a project, because these people are not, they're not very happy about starting a project. They'd rather just do what they're doing. It's very difficult to pull them out of their comfort zone and start something new, work for a competitive exam, or apply for a job. It's not about working. This nakshatra is about enjoyment and fun. So all the boring things, all the difficult things, all the things that require a lot of hard work are not considered good in this nakshatra. So this nakshatra is all about enjoying yourself and partying, planning a party. It's not about planning for the future. It's not about working hard. It could be planning a vacation. So going for a holiday. So those are the perfect things when moon is transiting this nakshatra. So I think I've covered everything basically about this nakshatra. Generally, happy people, people that want to have fun, fortunate people, above all, fortunate people, conscious of all the Venusian things like beauty, art, makeup. Also, these people are highly conscious of fashion. Sometimes they could be a little showy, overly pompous, and they could be spending a lot on show, on their clothes, on brands, on impressing others, because this is the natural 5th house, and now after Magha, after getting the throne, it's all about impressing everybody. So they could indulge a lot in expenditure, expensive clothes, expensive cars, luxury items. So a lot of expenditure also can be seen in this nakshatra. But creativity, knowledge, also part of this nakshatra, authority, good luck, fortune. So those are things that come with this nakshatra. And the negative side is getting overindulgent, indulging too much, wanting to show off, building that image for yourself, acting like a king basically. That's what these people are. See you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.